I'm Saturday hauling for you guys today, and I'm going to go ahead and start off with another shade of foundation that I purchased from No7 in their new Restore and Renew Multi-Action Serum Foundation. So I originally purchased the Cool Vanilla shade, and I wanted to get a shade deeper, especially going into the summertime. So I got the shade Cool Ivory, and it's this foundation right here, which again, this is I think it's the latest foundation that No7 has come out with. And No7 actually makes one of my absolute favorite foundations, which is the Protect and Perfect Advanced All-in-One Foundation. This guy right here, I love this product. So I was really excited to try this one. This one also has an SPF in it, but it's lower. It's got an SPF of 20, and it's a light to medium coverage, and I do find that to be true. So it's a serum foundation. It feels really light on the skin, and it does have a light to medium coverage to it. The Protect and Perfect, this guy right here, has got a little more coverage than this one does, but I really like the way this feels on the skin, so I did go ahead and pick up another shade again in the Cool Ivory shade, which is right here. This is the foundation that I have on my skin today. I've got 2 pumps of it on, and I just used a beauty blender to blend it out. On the packaging, it says it's enriched with No7 Restore and Renew Multi-Action Technology, firming and brightening complexes. It visibly improves the 5 key signs of aging by instantly concealing fine lines and wrinkles, age spots, uneven texture and tone, with skin appearing lifted and firmer over time. So No7 does make quite a few skincare products as well. So it's kind of like, you know, a serum foundation, which is very light on the skin. If you like a heavier full coverage, this one wouldn't be for you. But I really love how this feels on the skin, and I also like how it makes my skin look, and it's not super heavy. So let me swatch the Cool Ivory shade, which again is the shade that I have got on my skin today. And then underneath it, I'll swatch Cool Vanilla, which is lighter. So the top one is Cool Ivory. Again, that's the one I have on. And the bottom one is Cool Vanilla. And I think you can kind of see, even just me swatching them, just how serum-y like they are. But really enjoy that foundation, so I did go ahead and pick up another shade. And again, it is the Restore and Renew Multi-Action SPF 20 right there. I forgot to mention this is a 1 fluid ounce glass bottle that this comes in, and then there is a pump on there as well. Again, I use like 2 pumps of foundation, and if anything, I'll grab maybe just a little bit more to build up for the redness on my cheeks, but that is the packaging on that guy. And then I also went ahead and I purchased the new Dominique Cosmetics The Moment eyeshadow palette, which is the latest launch from the brand. And this guy here is made in the USA and assembled in the Dominican Republic. There are 10 shades that are 1.53 grams per shade, so you're getting a pretty nice amount of product across 10 shades. And then here is the box packaging. Right here, she did switch it up on this palette here, and it has the harder kind of plastic packaging. She also came out with this style of packaging in her mini 6-pan palettes. All her other palettes have been cardboard packaging up until this guy right here, but it does feel nice and weighty and substantial, and it's got a kind of an acrylic feel to it. And then there is a mirror inside of there. The sticker before, I'm just probably going to leave it on there because I don't use the mirrors in here. It says, letting go is the key to happiness, that's written on there. And then here are your 10 shades. I love the color story in here. It's almost a one and done for me, but I do need to bring in something a little bit like lighter for a shimmer on the inner portion of my lid, which is just how I like to use eyeshadow. I can use this one for brightness, but I really love to use bright, sparkly shadows on the lid. Other than that, I've loved all the looks that I've created out of this palette. The mattes in here, they're pigmented, they blend out really nice. And then these shimmers are really pretty as well. I did get a little bit of fallout with those guys, but they have this really pretty shine on, so hopefully you can tell in the swatches whether or not this is going to be something that you want to pick up. These are the 4 mattes, these 3 down here, and then this kind of green brown shade. These ones right here are all shimmers. This is kind of like a black based matte with a bunch of infused sparkle in there, but there's a lot of sparkle in it with like a matte pigment base, if that makes any sense. But let's kind of swatch these across like this for the mattes. So those are your 4 matte eyeshadows. Right there. This is one of my favorite shades in the palette. It's got a really pretty kind of duochrome-y sparkle to it. And I mean, there really isn't anything super revolutionary in terms of the formulation or even the colors. This one I've seen a couple times, but it's very pretty. It's a shade I love to put on the lid. But these particular ones are really pretty, like sparkle eyeshadows, but more along the lines of a standard eyeshadow formula. And then these two right here. I kind of wish that between these two shades, one of them would have been that lighter sparkle shade for me, because I mean, they're not super similar, but similar enough where I feel like I could have done without one or the other from these two shades right there. But I do really like the color story. I just wish I could have had a one and done, you know, but because of that lighter shimmer, but that is okay. Overall, very nice palette there from Dominique Cosmetics. Again, that is the Moment eyeshadow palette right there. And then I purchased quite a few products from REM Beauty, or REM Beauty, which is Ariana Grande's brand, and they recently launched at Ulta. So I first bought a couple products, and then I enjoyed those so much that I went back and I bought some more. I had heard kind of mixed reviews on the brand and kind of didn't know what to expect, and was pleasantly surprised with kind of the packaging and the products themselves. So I'm going to start off with the highlighters. So I got two of them. This first one is in the shade Mama Earth, and it is called the Interstellar Highlighter Topper. There's 0.28 ounces of product, and this guy is made in Italy. So this is the box packaging, and then here is the actual packaging. So like when I first started seeing pictures and even in videos and stuff like that, it looked like it was going to be, I don't know, very like lightweight and like chintzy kind of. This has got a nice weight to it. All of these products, like the palettes and then these highlighters, they have a decent weight to it. And because of that extra weight, they do feel more luxurious than they initially appeared to me. So this is the actual packaging. Again, it's like a brushed silver. So the top portion is like a thinner, hollowed out. So this part feels a little bit cheaper, but the weight is in the bottom, and all as a compact as a whole, it's got a nice weight to it. So not like the heaviest thing in the world, but there's a little bit of weight to it that makes it feel a little bit more luxurious, if that makes sense. So it says REM Beauty on there, and then there's a mirror inside of there, and then here is your highlighter. So this is actually the highlighter that I have on my skin today on all the points where I like to put highlighter. And the formulation of this is more along the lines of a traditional powder highlighter, but there's a little bit of a moisture factor to it. It's not like a Super Shock or anything like that, but there's a bit of a, you could tell there's a little bit of a grippiness to it, which makes it adhere on the cheeks really well. It's a heavier type of a formula, so I have to make sure to really buff it out on the skin, and it's more subtle than what I typically wear, but I still think it's really pretty on the cheeks. So this is the second shade that I got. I purchased the, I'll show you in a minute, the more skin tone one, and I liked the way that that looked on my skin, so I went ahead with this guy because I thought it was really unique, like a green, minty green highlighter, but there's a slight hint blended out on my lighter skin tone that has a bit of a yellowness to it. So like upon initial like look and blended into the skin, you can't really tell, but I'm trying to decide if there's just a little bit of a bruisey factor to it. You can't see in camera, and you definitely can't see in front of these bright lights, but a little bit in the shadows, if you will. I'm trying to decide if there's a little bit too much of a yellow undertone for me on my lighter skin tone. Like on a deeper skin tone, I don't think it would pull like that, but on my really fair skin, it kind of does. So I'm going to toy around with it. I love the idea behind it, and I think, again, it looks really cool, but there's like quite a bit of green in there. So, and on my skin tone, like I said, I'm trying to decide when it's not in these really bright lights, if it looks a little bit too bruisey on me. But it's cool though at the same time. So I'm going back and forth with like, geez, it looks really like cool on the cheeks, but does it look like I have a bruise? So anyway, that one there is Mama Earth. Again, this is a thicker formulation. And there's a bit of a like creaminess factor to it, not upon like pushing on it or anything like that, but like blended out, but that allows it to adhere to my drier skin tone really well. So anyway, that is the shade Mama Earth. And the other shade that I got is Miss Mercury. So this appeared to be the lightest kind of skin tone shade in the range. So I do think that it's really pretty. It's going to be one that I'm going to wear in the summertime more. And I can get away with it really buffed out on the skin, but there is a slight undercast to this particular highlighter, again, on my really fair skin tone. I still have been wearing it quite a bit, actually. But there is a bit, you can see when I turn my hand, like if you look right there, you can see that depth in it. That's the bit of undercast that I get when it's not in the bright lights, or if I get a little bit of a shadow. And that's the shade that it is in front of direct lighting on my skin, which is really pretty. So just so you can see, I wish that there was more of a champagne, a lighter champagne shade in the range, just because of the undercast in this one. But it's one I will wear throughout, I'm sure, the summertime. That one there is the Miss Mercury shade right there. I also bought one of the liquid eyeshadows. So these are the Midnight Shadows. This is the shade Fembot. And on the packaging it says this guy is made in the USA. And there's a total of 0.13 fluid ounces or 4 milliliters of product. So here is the packaging on that guy. And then I think that this packaging is super cool. I like in these like liquid topper style shadows when the packaging is circular, so that you can really tighten the cap to help them not dry out. I loved the Stila glitter and glows, but those dried out so fast because of the square packaging. It might click into place, but you couldn't like really tighten it so that it was airtight, if that makes sense. So I prefer this style of packaging. And I have got a bit of this shadow, that like that really pretty kind of sparkle that you see on the inner portion of my eye right there is this guy right here. And I just put some on the back of my hand and tapped it on with my finger over one of the palettes that I got. And this is really pretty. I like it a lot. And the next time that I make it into the store, I'm going to check out the other shades, because I just kind of gravitated towards this one and I wanted to try it before I purchased more than one. So it's a really pretty multi-dimensional sparkle that's in there. Like there's like a pink, a purple, a blue, a gold, a silver, just a really pretty color. So again, this is the shade Fembot. And I think that it would look like really sparkly and shiny over a naked lid, but there's not a ton of base pigment to it. So I like to use this like as a topper. So you can kind of see it right there. I think you can see in the swatch there that there isn't a ton of like base pigment to it, but it's just really, really pretty. I think it looks great as a topper on the lid there. So that is the shade Fembot. And it's got like, you can feel, instead of having like a liquidy type feeling to it, it has like a silicone-y type feeling to it, which isododecaine is the #1 ingredient, which I believe is a silicone derivative. So, and then silica, yeah, there's quite a few silicones in this guy. So it has like this slip to it. And I think because of that, that will also prolong the life of this shadow, with having a silicone base in there as opposed to like a water one. So anyway, that is the Fembot Midnight Liquid Shadow right there. I also purchased one of the lipsticks. So this is the On Your Collar Matte Lipstick, 0.12 ounces of product with this guy. And this one here is also made in the USA. So I got the shade Roller Skates. This is the box packaging again. And I think that the packaging of the actual lipstick is really cute. Like it's got like this little clear window where you can see the shade, and it's got a magnetic closure to it, and this also has a pretty decent weight to it. The one thing is you can't turn this all the way down, so until you use up that much of the product, you have to be careful when you put the bullet back inside the lipstick. And this has that that MAC vanilla lipstick smell, which I absolutely love. And so this is a matte lipstick, but again, this is another product. It's a very silicone based lipstick, so it's really comfortable on the lips while retaining that matte look to it. So yeah, the #1 ingredient in this guy is dimethicone. And this is the lipstick that I have got on my lips today. I've got the other lip product that I purchased as well over the top of it, so that's the shine that you're seeing. But I really like the formula. Like when I first put this on, it felt like I put almost like a lip balm on, actually. So that is the shade Roller Skates right there. and I do have it on my lips today. And then I also got one of the lip glosses. So they're calling this guy the On Your Collar Plumping Lip Gloss, and the shade that I got is Jelly Sandals. So there's 0.28 fluid ounces of product in here. And this one here is made in the USA is what it says on the packaging. So I was swatching these guys, and there was another shade that I was really tempted by because of the like sparkles. And I'm not huge on, you know, the lip gloss thing, but these looked so sparkly that I just couldn't pass it by. Now when I put this on with the lipstick, the sparkles kind of melted into the lipstick, so I can't pinpoint them as much. But if I had nothing on my lips and put this on, you can really see the sparkles, which I think you'll be able to see in the swatch. This has got a vanilla scent with a peppermint to it. So if you don't like that pepperminty menthol type situation, you won't like this. The tingle that I get on the lips is very mild, in my opinion. And the other thing that I really liked about this is it says heavenly hydration and a high shine finish that feels silky, not sticky, which I find that to be true. Again, this also feels like I put on a really hydrating kind of lip balm. It's very nice on, and it does not feel sticky. So let's go ahead and swatch this. The packaging for like a squeezy tube, it's quite hard. So I'm trying to decide like if I was really using this product and going through it and stuff, like after a while, am I going to be able to keep squeezing the product out? Because the plastic bit of this is a harder type of a plastic. So anyway, this is the packaging, and it is a squeezy tube style. So mine's already coming out right there. And this again is the Jelly Sandals. I'm going to put it right there and put the cap back on because it's kind of coming out. And it's got these really, I mean, just these really pretty sparkles, pink, bluish, purple, actually kind of the same kind of sparkles from the liquid eyeshadow really, but not as kind of intense, I suppose. There's one other one that I was looking at too. I kind of wish I would have bought them both, but I wasn't sure how I would feel about it. But I do have that topped over that lipstick, and that is what I have on my lips. I've lined them with the Too Faced lip liner in the shade Badass, so that is my lip combo. But that one there is the REM Beauty Plumping Lip Gloss in Jelly Sandals right there. And then lastly from the brand, I purchased 3 of the shadow palettes. Again, these have got a nicer weight to them, and I originally just purchased one and I really liked it. So I liked 2 of the, well, I liked all of the color stories really, but 2 in particular were kind of more unique, so I got those guys, and I'm tempted to just get them all because I think that the quality of them is really nice. Nothing super revolutionary in terms of the finishes or the shades, but the formulation themselves are very nice eyeshadows in my opinion. They're pigmented and they're so easy to use. They just blend it out really nice for me. So again, I did go ahead and purchase 2 more after the fact. So the first one that I got is the Midnight Snack, and these are the Midnight Shadows eyeshadow palette, 0.28 ounces of product or 8 grams across 6 shades. And then the eyeshadow palettes are also made in the USA. So this is the box packaging, and this first one again is the Midnight Snack shade. So that is this one right here. I did like to bring in something a little bit shinier again for the inner portion of the lid because this lighter shade is a matte. But yeah, the shimmers are very pretty. They're pigmented. They blend out nice. Very easy to use. And I think that the looks, because of the color combinations, came out really cool looking, you know? And also, I think these are $24, which I don't think that the price point is bad at all either. I was trying to think, you guys, I was trying to think of what these reminded me of. And they remind me of the Byredo Quints. Both in kind of the formulation. These ones actually feel a little bit smoother than some of the ones in the Byredo Quint. But that's what they reminded me of. I was really trying to think of what in my collection these reminded me of, and that was those. So anyway, there are the swatches right there of the Midnight Snack. This one's got 3 mattes and 3 shimmers, so it's every other one. Matte, 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 shimmer, shimmer, shimmer. Right there. This next one is GoGo Boots. Same style packaging. It would have been nice if they would have switched up maybe the packaging in terms of tones so you could distinguish if you were to get them all. But kind of a little after fact there. This is the one that I have got on my eyes today, and same thing. I've just got the shades from this palette on my eyes, and I used every single shade in this palette, and I think that the look came out really cool. I'm trying to be a little bit better about not just wanting mattes in the crease, but because of my hooded eye, shine will kind of project that area, but if I use a deep enough shimmer, it'll still recess it, if that makes any sense. But I do have just this guy on, and I think it looks great, like with that deeper kind of burgundy shimmer shade in the crease, and then this teal, I popped it underneath there, and it just looks really cool in my opinion. This shade right here has got some micro glitters in it, and it's a little bit stiffer in the pan, so I kind of had to jab my brush in there, but the shade itself is really pretty. And this one's only got one matte eyeshadow, and that is that teal shade. And then these two. So that one right there is GoGo Boots. And that is what I've got on my eyes today. And then I used again that little topper shadow. And the last one I got is called Groovy Baby. So this guy's got two mattes, which is this deep burgundy and this purple shade. All the other shades are like shimmers. Both those pops, like that pop of teal and the pop of purple that's in this one, they're like accent kind of shades where you don't have to worry about them being too much. Like it's a hint, like just a hint of purple, just a hint of teal, but it makes it really pretty, I think. And then these two. So that guy right there is Groovy Baby. Right there. And then also when I was in Ulta, I seen these always online gel liners from the Morphe 2 collection. And this shade in particular, Seize the Day, was just calling my name. I did swatch the tester and then kind of went around the store, and it was not budging off my skin, and it glided on really smooth. So I picked up the shade, again, Seize the Day. There's 0.006 ounces of product in this guy, and it is made in China. So this is the packaging. I've got one other product from the Morphe 2 range, the concealer. It's a very light concealer, but I love that product as well. So this is the liner that I've got on my waterline, and this is posing to be great. Sometimes the really long wearing liners that are in a pencil style form, I have a hard time getting them to grip to my waterline, and I was thinking I was going to have that same issue with this one, but it didn't. It went right on the waterline, and it's been wearing great. I've had it on for quite a few hours now, and there's just the slightest bit of wear on this outer portion of my eye. So I'm so far really impressed with this liner. Go ahead and give you guys a swatch. It's a matte finish, and again, that is the shade Seize the Day, and it's the Morphe 2 Always Online Gel Liner. And so I didn't really pay a whole lot of mind to the other shades that they had in this range, and now I wish I would have. But when I go back, I'm going to see if maybe there's a brighter blue or something, because I really like this so far on the waterline. I'm hoping that it doesn't dry out quickly or anything like that, but it glided on, and it's been lasting really well too. So, and then I got in my order from Menagerie Cosmetics. They came out with a new collection with some new products in there. So I picked up one of their new Velvet Liquid Lipsticks, and this is in the shade Barkology. So this is the packaging, and I don't wear liquid lipsticks like this, as you guys know, that often. I do wear them, but not that often. But what I love the Velvet Liquid Lipsticks from Menagerie for is for eyeliner, and 9 times out of 10, I'm wearing a Menagerie Velvet Liquid Lipstick as eyeliner since I purchased them. I think it's been maybe 2 or 3 months now, but I have got this Barkology shade mixed with the shade Cricket. So out of the other shades that I've purchased from the brand, I like to dip in just a dash of the black shade and get a rich, deep, like black based, but a hue to it. So it's either got a like a black base with a hue of purple, or a hue of red, or a hue of blue. So, and I love that. And then I also like to use just the liquid lipstick in the shade Cricket by itself as a black eyeliner. So I've actually got Barkology Barkology mixed with Cricut today. I've got like 2 parts of Barkology to 1 part of Cricut, and that is the eyeliner that I have on my upper waterline. So I'll go ahead and swatch the Barkology shade for you guys, which is right there. So I just put a dash of the black to deepen it a little bit more, and then I just use this little Besame dish that I got. So that's the mixture that I used of these two right there, and then I just use a liner brush to mix them together and put them on. Anyway, I love the liquid lipsticks from Menagerie for liners. They're comfortable. They don't like dry down to where they constrict the skin. They're very fluid. I really, really like them. So anyway, that is the shade Barkology right there. And then I also got their newest blush, and then 2 Menagerie cosmetics are made in Newman Lake, Washington. So with that same collection, they came out with the Best Buds blush. So this is the box packaging. They're their Athr blushes. And again, this is the Best Buds. These are also magnetized inside of the packaging, so you can pull them out. And if you have their 9-pan Athr blush palette, you can like pop these out of there and put them in there too. So this guy here has got 4 grams of product. And he's got the little bear on there. And so it looks initially orange, but when you buff it into the skin, it's a tangerine with a pink shift to it. It's really pretty. It's almost a dupe for that Flower Nose blush with the unicorn in it. Actually, I'll grab that and swatch it next to it. You can see it's got quite a bit of shimmer to it, and it's a tangerine with a pink shift. It's very beautiful. I've only got 2 blushes like this in my collection, and it's this one and that Flower Nose blush. They're very unique shades. So the one from Flower Nose is called Alluring Daylight. So again, same thing. It looks really orange, but it's got a very, oh, I swatched that way too hard. It's got a stronger like pink hue to it. They're very, very beautiful. So that's the Best Buds blush from Menagerie next to the Alluring Daylight from Flower Nose in their unicorn range. And lastly, from Menagerie, I did get the Sugar High Pressed Pigment and Eyeshadow Palette. I believe this whole collection is actually called Sugar High. But this is the box packaging. It's so cute. It's got a sugar glider on there. Like, super, super cute packaging. So there's a total of 12 shades in here that are 1.5 grams per shade. So you're getting a ton of product. These are also magnetized in the palette, so you can pull them out. And Menagerie recently went from square pans to round pans. So this palette is in their new round pan formulation, and I think they're redoing all of their palettes to be in the round pans. But here is the actual packaging with the sugar glider on there. This is more like a satin finish as opposed to their normal kind of glossy packaging. It's got like a satin finish to it. And then you got the little sugar glider on the back too. I love Menagerie Cosmetics packaging. There is a mirror inside as well, and then here are your 12. I want to carefully push this all the way back. Here are your 12 eyeshadows. So I've actually been enjoying mixing the shades from this with the Hindash palettes, as well as mixing shades from this guy with the new Cleona Cosmetics eyeshadow palette, which I believe is still in stock. That is a beautiful multi-chrome palette. And the combination of using those 3, I've gotten some really pretty looks out of it. But this palette's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matte shades, and then it's got 6. I would say they're like, some of them are actually kind of multi-chromes, dual-chrome, multi-chrome, high shine shimmer shades. And it's a really bright, fun color story in this one. I can get away with using this standalone because the shift on this pink is quite bright. It could be just a dash lighter, but I can use it standalone and get some really pretty looks out of it. And these next ones. Aren't those beautiful? So beautiful. And then this bottom row. So that is the last row. I'll give you guys a once over here. So those are the swatches right there for the new Menagerie Cosmetics and Sugar High eyeshadow palette. Honestly, I don't know if it's because I just love animals and things, but Menagerie makes some of my favorite packaging. And that's everything for what I purchased. And then I got in some really great PR packages from brands I absolutely love. This first one is from Athr Beauty. They came out with a quad from their like citrine line. So they came out with, I think it's a 12 pan palette earlier. And Athr Beauty makes a really lovely clean eyeshadow formulation. So there are 4 shades in this guy that are 0.03 ounces per shade in there, and this is the box packaging. This guy here is made in the USA. The packaging is a cardboard and there's no magnet in there, so it's more easily recyclable. And then here is the back, and this guy here is a one and done for me because this shade does deepen up enough in my crease to kind of recess it, and these shimmers have got a really beautiful shine as well. So this is like a really quick one and done summery kind of bronze eye. And this is the one matte eyeshadow that's in here, is this one in the corner. And like I said, I can make it work, this deeper shade, over like the tacky primer. There's more depth than what it looks like right there. It could be just a little bit deeper though. But all in one, it's a very, like I said, bronzy, warm eyeshadow look. And these shimmers are really pretty. So that is the new Athr Beauty Citrine Crystal Quad right there. And I know not everybody likes a really deep shade in every palette, so huge thank you to Athr Beauty for sending that over. And then I got a package from BareMinerals, and I was really excited about this one because this was a product that many people absolutely loved, and it was a limited edition. I think it was a summer release from last year, if I'm not mistaken, and I purchased a shade and loved it. It was in my favorites video last year, but they came back out with them, and I believe they're part of the permanent range now, and that is their Gen Nude Bronzer. So they're calling them like a blush bronzer type of deal, like a one and done. And I thought this was really cute. It says Gen Nude Bronzer for Tara. Yes, thank you very much. But everything about their packaging, they're trying to be really sustainable type of packaging. So there's like recycled post-consumer little what do they call them, little worms in there, and then this little reusable pouch that they came in. It says the box is 100% recycled post-consumer waste. The tissue paper is recyclable. The note card's fully recycled. Packing paper 100% post-consumer and post-industrial content. So they're really, you know, trying to be sustainable. This is the card that came in the packaging. So they sent over 2 shades of the blush. There's 3 shades available: the Kiss of Rose, Kiss of Pink, and Kiss of Copper. Kiss of Pink is the one that I purchased when they came out, and I used that so much. Again, it was in my favorites video, so they sent me over that one, and I'll go ahead and swatch that one of the one that I had purchased last year, because I'm going to give the one that they sent me to my mom. I was actually trying to get her to buy that blush and was telling her how much I loved it like back last summer. So I'm excited to give that one to her. And then the other one they sent over is the Kiss of Copper, which is the blush that's on my cheeks today, and I love the Kiss of Copper too. I looked in Ulta yesterday to see if they had the Kiss of Rose, because I wanted to kind of compare it next to the other two to see if I needed that one too, but the only shade they still had was the Kiss of Pink. So these guys here are made in Canada, and there's a total of 0.13 ounces of product in here. This is the box packaging for the new ones, and the limited edition packaging was like a brushed gold color. So this is the Kiss of Pink shade, and then the new packaging is a black. So this is Kiss of Copper. So let's swatch the Kiss of Copper, which I have on my cheeks today. Love this as well. This is like got summer written all over it. And these both have a sheen to them. Sheeny shine, shiny sheen. So you can see right there. So that's Kiss of Copper. And then here is Kiss of Pink, which I've almost worn the embossing out of this guy. But this is Kiss of Pink, which is just more pink than the Kiss of Copper, and copper is more copper than the Kiss of Pink. And they're beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to keep an eye out in Ulta, because I do want to swatch the Kiss of Rose shade as well. They're so easy to use. They're very creamy. They're pigmented. They blend out so nicely on the skin. And that sheen that they give, while it's like a shine, it's not like overly shiny. It just gives this healthy glow to the skin that's very, very pretty. So I'm really happy that they came back out with these, because I also seen these in a lot of people's favorites, and they were originally like a limited edition product. And I was hoping that they would come back out with them, because I feel like more people need to experience that product, because they're really, really nice. There was also this seamless shaping and finish brush in there, which I thought this packaging was pretty cool too. So you just kind of peel this off, and it's a paper packaging that the brush came in. There was a little piece that would like secure the bristles as well, but I already tossed that, so I don't have it to show you guys. But the handle on this guy is wooden, and I've got a couple of brushes from BareMinerals, and they're a very nice quality synthetic. These ones too, they're very soft. They're not the most textured that I've seen in a synthetic bristle, but there's a slight texture. They're not super, super smooth like some, but they're not as textured as like something like the BK Beauty, but very, very soft. And I don't think that you'd need something quite textured for the bronzers anyway, because they pick up really easily on any brush that I've used with them. But this is their seamless shaping and finish brush right there, which could be used for bronzer or blush, or even like an all over finishing type of a product. So they sent that over too, and a huge thank you to BareMinerals for sending those over. I was like so excited to see that on my porch when I got off work. And then lastly, I got in a PR package from the House of Sillage, which I was really excited about, because I wanted their The Batman bow tie lipstick case so bad. It's one of the prettiest ones, I think. I love the black with the bat on there. I also love, oh my gosh, the Wonder Woman bow tie lipstick case is one of my favorites as well, along with that fragrance. But they originally sent me over the Batman candle right here, which smells the same as their hero fragrance, which is this guy right here. And then they sent over their other two products last week. So I was so excited because I didn't know I was going to be getting those. Even though I hauled those two products already, I just wanted to kind of brief them as a collection as a whole, because there are two other products again in the collection. So there's the Batman collection, which is the hero fragrance, which I just showed you guys, and then the candle. And then they also sent over the Vengeance cologne and also the bow tie lipstick case. So I'm somebody who actually will purchase a men's cologne if I like it a lot. One that I have repurchased over the years a ton is the Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce cologne. And it can't just be any men's cologne. There has to be a little something special about it for me to want to wear it. And this one has that. So it does have those same kind of vibe as the hero fragrance. It doesn't have like those extra feminine notes in there. And for me, 2 spritzes max of the cologne will last me all day. I will smell the fragrance all day long, and it's not like overbearing either at 2 spritzes. I imagine if you put like 5 or 6 sprays on, you would be overwhelmed, but because of the concentration of perfume oils in the House of Sillage fragrances, you just don't need a lot. One of the things that I find really interesting, because I've been a perfume lover for a very long time, is when I go back to smell more mainstream fragrances, even like designer house fragrances, I can pinpoint and like immediately smell the synthetic fragrances in those. And these ones here, they just are very different. You can smell, this sounds funny, you can smell the quality. Let me go ahead and read you guys the notes here. So in Vengeance, it's the top notes are bergamot, cardamom, and tonka bean. The heart notes are Egyptian jasmine absolute, cashmeran, Haitian vetiver. Base notes are amber, patchouli, and oak moss. So definitely more of a cologne vibe. So let me go ahead and show you guys the bottle. So this is made in France. There's 2.5 fluid ounces of product. So this has got 20% perfume oil in it. So this is the box packaging for the fragrance, and then you open it up. This is actually my first cologne from the House of Sillage. So I'm really excited about it. Now I'm really interested to know what the other colognes smell like. The box does have a polishing cloth in there as well. And so this here has got the Batman on it, and then you can push this little button, and then there is your fragrance. And again, I have it on today, 2 spritzes, I'll smell it all day. It's not an overbearing like cologne in my opinion at 2 spritzes. It's just right, and I really like it for a cologne. And I've actually been wearing this guy all week, and I've really been enjoying that. And then the bow tie lipstick case is so pretty. And there's also a limited edition diamond powder lipstick in there as well. So this is, before I make a mess here, this is the box packaging that the bow tie comes in. Right here, you lift it open, And you've got the little Batman card and the refill case in there. And the case on this is all customized too, to say the Batman on it. So it's like a faux leather bow tie case, and then the bow tie itself comes in, again, says the Batman on there, and then House of Sillage on the back. And then inside is your bow tie. Again, I love this one. It's like it's not like a bright silver, it's a gunmetal that's around the sides, and then these are Swarovski crystals, and there's your little bat. And you got another little bat in the House of Sillage that's on there, and then on the side it says the Batman right there. One of my favorite bow ties that they've done. And then the lipstick in here, it's a really deep red, not one that it's like definitely not an everyday color for me, but this is also from the Batman collection. So it says it's the Batman lipstick basically. So let's go ahead and swatch this guy for you guys. So it definitely has more of like a cherry pink undertone to it compared to what it looks like in the bullet. I thought it was going to be more of a brown, but it's actually more of a cherry deep red color. And I just saw, because I was on the website yesterday, they're having a wicked sale. I'm tempted to buy another one of the Wonder Woman fragrances, because I think that's a limited edition fragrance. It would just make me feel so reassured if they just make that part of their permanent collection. That's one of my absolute favorite perfumes in my whole perfume collection, among many others from the House of Sillage, but I love the Wonder Woman fragrance. Anyway, I was contemplating buying another one of those, and then you could get a free full size of Benevolence, I think with a 365 and over purchase. And Benevolence is a beautiful carameled perfume as well. It's another one of my favorites from the range, but they're having a really good sale on the website right now. But anyways, a huge thank you to the House of Sillage for sending me over their other two pieces in the Batman collection. Isn't that cool? It's cool, man. Like, pull this out of your bag and put your lipstick on with this. Feeling extra some kind of way, right? And that is everything for my haul today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I will see you guys later. Bye.